What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and we just got some new Archfiend support. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can come part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out these new cards. So I'm super excited about this because this is actually going to be released in Burst Protocol, and I'm super excited about these new Archfiend cards because they look absolutely phenomenal. And there's so many cool Archfiend cards already that this could potentially support, even Summon Skull. So let's go ahead and see what these cards actually do. So first off, we do have a new main deck monster called Royal Archfiend. And these cards look like they're actually based on Archfiend Empress and Archfiend Eccentric, which is actually really neat. I really like the artwork of these cards. So for this new card, this card is a level 7 Fire Fiend effect monster with 2400 attack and 1000 defense, which is actually Monarch stats, which is really neat. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, you can tribute this card from your hand or field to add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand, except a Royal Archfiend. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon the X deck except for Archfiend monsters. Also, you can normal summon one Fiend monster in addition to your normal summoner set, and you can only gain this effect once per turn. That is amazing. That is a great start, giving us the ability to just instantly tribute this card from our hand to be able to add any Archfiend card, not just a monster, any Archfiend card that we want from our deck to our hand. Is phenomenal, and giving us an additional normal summon. That is crazy. This card's a 3 of in the deck right off the bat. And for the second effect, when you ritual summon, or when your ritual monster is destroyed by battle while this card's in the graveyard, you can special summon this card. That's a pretty cool ability because we do have some really interesting Archfiend ritual monsters already, which is Archfiend Matador, which has not been released in the TCG. That gives you a double search for Archfiend cards when it's ritual summon. And we have Archfiend's Awakening, which is actually a Summon Skull ritual monster, which is pretty neat. So for the next card, we do have Archfiend, or Duke Archfiend, and this card looks really, really cool. I'm really loving the artwork of these cards. They look amazing. Okay, so this card is a level 4 Water Fiend effect monster with 0 attack and 2000 defense. Are we going to see a Light Fiend monster? Because that means we can incorporate Fiendsmith into this as well. This card is ability you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. This card gains attack equal to its level times 200. So this card normal summons, it comes out at like 800 attack points, but there might be a way to increase its level. So for the second effect, you can target a face-up monster you control, send an Archfiend monster from your deck to the graveyard, accept another copy of this card, and if you do, increase its level by the sent monster's level. That's pretty good. I think the highest level Archfiend you have currently is a level 8. So this card can get very big and can become a level 12, which is very neat. And that's actually, oh, that's really good because you can level modulate this to be basically anything that you need it to be. That's really neat. Okay. And it especially works for your ritual summons. Okay. And for the third effect, when your ritual monster is destroyed by battle while this card's in the graveyard, you can special summon this card. So if your ritual monster does get destroyed by battle while they're in the graveyard, you're just going to summon out the whole royal family. That's pretty cool. I really like this. This is actually turning into something really neat. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this. Okay. Oh, there's a Light Fiend. I see Fiendsmith. Ooh, we have Fiendsmith. Okay, so what else we got? Highness Archfiend. That's Archfiend Eccentric. That's actually Archfiend Eccentric. That's really cool. Okay, so what does this do? This card is a level 3 Light Fiend effect monster with 1000 attack and 800 defense. That's literally the same stats. Plus, since it is a Fiend monster, you can use it. They're all Fiend monsters, but it's a level 3 Light Fiend monster. You can use it for Fiendsmith, or you could use it for Tour Guide to bring this card to your side of the field, which is pretty nice. So this card is the ability for the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, if this card is normal summoned, specifically normal summoned, so you probably don't want to use it with your copy of Tour Guide, you can banish a Archfiend monster or Archfiend card from the graveyard, add 2 Archfiend cards from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card. Also, you cannot special summon the X-Ray for the rest of the turn except Archfiends. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we have the ability to get 4 searches in Archfiend in a single 5 actually, because we have the ability of the Royal Archfiend to search something. We have Matador Archfiend to be able to search 2, and then now this card searches 2. So we have basically like 5 searches in a single turn of Archfiend. This is everything we needed for Archfiend. This is amazing. If we could get a really good boss monster, this would be crazy. Okay, and for the last effect, when your ritual monster is destroyed by battle while this card's in the graveyard, you can special summon this card. Okay, that's pretty good. Do they specifically say ritual monster? They do. They specifically say ritual monster. So you can also use other Fiend ritual monsters technically in this as well, like Fiend Mirror, Zero the Mat. You could also play cards like the Masked Beast. You could play other stuff like that. I hope they give us Masked Beast support eventually. That'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if they included it as the nostalgia of this set. It would be really neat to give us a small Masked Beast support that would work with Fiend monsters like this. That'd be really cool. Or retrain to like Masked Beast Descardius. That'd be awesome. But so for the other card, oh, the big boss. This must be the big boss. Okay, so we got a Ritual Pendulum. That's weird. It's a Pendulum monster. That's really neat. But this is like one of the few Ritual Pendulum monsters we've ever gotten. Okay, so this card is called Doom Emperor Archfiend. This card is a level 7 Fire Fiend Ritual Pendulum effect monster. That's a lot. If it was just a Union and a Gemini, it'd be everything. Okay, so this card is 2,500 attack and 1,200 defense, scale 0. And keep in mind, we do have Archfiend Eccentric that is also a scale, meaning this is now a Pendulum Ritual deck, which is kind of weird. Okay, and this is a Pendulum effect. You can only use the Pendulum effect this card's name once per turn. You can target one of their face-up spell or trap on the field, destroy it, and destroy this card. That's pretty neat. It's basically an MST. I think there's some actual Archfiend cards that benefit if they do get destroyed, which this might come up. For the monster effect, you can ritual summon this card with Throne of Archfiends. That's going to be another new card because that card currently does not exist. And it must be ritual summoned, and you can only use the first and third effect this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, if this card is ritual summoned from the extra deck, meaning you want to put in your Pendulum Zone and then pop a spell or trap and then summon it from the extra deck, you can banish all monsters on the field except those in the extra monster zone. Why is this a board wipe? Why is this just instantly a board wipe? Pop a back row and then summon this in board wipe. That's crazy. It doesn't just destroy them, it just non-targeting banishes them. Okay, for the second effect, unaffected by other monster effects while in the extra monster zone. Are you kidding me? This is a Towers. Okay, and for if, wow. Okay, and if this card is in the extra monster zone, you can special summon a Fiend monster from your hand, deck, graveyard, or banishment. What? We can just summon anything that we want? Are you kidding me? You can summon out the old school Archfiend Emperor if you wanted to. You can summon out all the chess piece Archfiends if you wanted to. You could summon out Summon Skull off of this. Like, this is technically Summon Skull support because Summon Skull is an Archfiend. You can summon out literally any Archfiend that you want, dude. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. This is so good. This is like the best Archfiend support we've ever gotten. This is so good. Why did we get this years ago? This is so cool. This is a great card. Okay, so what else we have? This card is called Throne of Archfiend. This is the ritual spell. Looks really cool. It looks like the Iron Throne a little bit. That's kind of weird. Okay, so you can it's a ritual spell, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So it's not just a ritual spell, it has another effect. So for the first effect, ritual summon an Archfiend ritual monster from the hand, face-up extract, graveyard, or banishment by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed that monster's level. Wow, we can summon them from literally anywhere. That means you could technically use cards like Allure of Darkness in the deck and banish your ritual effect monsters like Archfiend Manador and your copy of Archfiend's Awakening to be able to summon this thing out to your side of the field, which is insane. And then it just summons them from anywhere. Like, it just summons them literally from anywhere. Hand, face-up extract, graveyard, or banish. Yeah, that's literally anywhere. The only thing you're not summoning them from is directly from the deck. Are you kidding me? This is a 3 of. Okay. During the standby phase, if Doom Emperor Archfiend is face up in the extra deck, you can add this card from your graveyard or banish with the hand. So you can just use it constantly. So if this card gets destroyed, you're just going to add this card back to the hand and then summon out the whole royal family to your side of the field. And then once you summon out the whole royal family to your side of the field, you can just use this to be able to get back this. And then on top of it, this card is just summoning out your Archfiends like crazy, and it's a Towers. This thing is a Towers. So we're not going to be playing Pendulum, or we're not going to be playing like Link monsters in this deck because you don't want to summon Link monsters in this deck because you need to have this in your extra monster zone. But you can play Fusion, Synchro, Exy, or Link in the deck as well if you want to. But it's looking a lot like an Extravagance deck to me. So what else do we have? So we have, oh, we got a new field spell. This is like the third field spell. So we had Pandemonium, we had Archfiend Paralabyrinth, and then now we have this, which is pretty neat. And it does kind of look like the other field spells as well. It almost looks like a D&D board, which is kind of cool. Okay. Oh, you can also put Dark Master Zork in here because it's a level 7 or 8. It's an 8. So you can't play Dark Master Zork as well because it's a Fiend ritual monster. Okay, so this card is called Archfiend's Strategy Game. It's literally D&D. They're playing D&D. And it's a field spell. And you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Fiend monsters in the extra monster zone gain 1,000 attack. Are you kidding me, dude? This thing comes at 3,500 attack point towers. You're kidding me. You're literally kidding me. That can just, like, summon out any Archfiend you want for free. This is like a dream come true for Archfiend. This is literally a dream come true for Archfiend. This is insanity. I love this. You can activate one of these effects, banish a Fiend monster or an Archfiend card from your hand to the graveyard, add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand except field spell. Add an Archfiend Pendulum monster to your deck or extract to your extract face up. Okay, so you can immediately put him in the extra deck. If you have a way to get this, which there's like a bajillion ways to search in this deck, you can easily activate this. This is like one of the best cards because it lets you banish a Fiend or an Archfiend from the hand or grave, and then add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand, except a field spell. And then, or it lets you just immediately put your big boss towers in the extra deck so you can ritual summon it out. That's crazy. That's actually insane. This is really, really good support. And I love the fact that they've gone with a ritual-based strategy for this because it's very true to the old school way of this deck playing, which is really neat. Okay, so what else do we have? Archfiend's Jest. It's a normal trap card, and you can only activate one of this card per turn. Special summon a level 7 or lower Archfiend monster from the hand or the deck. And if you have a face-up Archfiend ritual monster in the extra deck, you can special summon a Royal Archfiend, a Archfiend Duke, or an Archfiend Highness from the hand or the deck instead. That's pretty good. Special summon one of them directly from your hand or deck instead. That is actually pretty good. So this card is basically like an E-Telly trap for Archfiend. To be able to summon out anything that you want. Just special summon a level 7 or lower Archfiend monster from the hand or deck. Or if you have a face-up Archfiend ritual monster in the extra deck, you just special summon out any of the royal family to your side of the field from the deck. Okay. This card probably like a 2 of, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe a 3 of. I don't know. Because it just summons out literally anything that you want. Okay, so what else do we have? Archfiend's Vigor. This card is a continuous trap card. I hope this is really good. Okay, like we've gotten some really good stuff, but we need a negate. Okay, you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. For the first effect, if you control an Archfiend ritual monster in the extra monster and target a face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effect until the end of the turn. I called it! It's a negate. That is really good. It's not, well, it's a trap, so that does actually go off. That's pretty good. That's really good. This is probably going to be a 2 of. And for the second effect, maybe a 1 of, because it gets searchable. For the second effect, this card is banished from the hand or field at an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand. Why does everything search? Is it like 20 years built up of searching for Archfiend? That's like 25 years worth of searching for Archfiend in like one wave of support. This is really good. This is really good support. Do I think it's tier 0? No. Do I think it might be tier 1? I don't know. Do I think it's good? Yeah, I do. But see, the weird thing is there's so much that you can do with this because there's so much Archfiend support already in the game. Like, that's so good because, like, Archfiend dates back to the original, like, when the game first came out. There's just random stuff that is Archfiend stuff. So you can play... Quick note for you guys. You can play Fiendsmith in this because Archfiend Highness is a light fiend monster. You can play Primite in here because you have so many different, like you have Summon Skull that's literally a normal Archfiend monster that you can technically play. I think there's a level 7 Archfiend monster as well that's a normal monster. I'm not sure about that, but I know at least you can play Summon Skull. You can play Fiendsmith, you can play Primite, you can play, there's like all sorts of different engines that you can use alongside this to make this really, really good. And you can just use this kind of like an engine as well, because this is just going to search out what you need, give you an additional normal summon of a fiend to your side of the field. This just gets huge and becomes the exact level you need, so you can ritual summon with this effect, and it's a Foolish Burial for your Archfiends. You have the ability of this, that's a normal summon, add 2 Archfiends by banishing an Archfiend card from your graveyard. And then you have the Big Towers, which is going to be like the big boss of all Archfiend forever, because this card is broken. And summons out anything that you want directly in your deck. It's an MST, it's a pop, it summons out anything you want, it's a banish of the field. This does literally everything. This is literally everything but a negate. You have a ritual spell that now summons any Archfiend ritual monster that you want. So you can summon out Awakening Archfiend, which is the Summon Skull version. You can summon out the big boss, the new big boss, or you can summon out Archfiend Manador with this, which is pretty good. And Manador hopefully is going to get imported into the TCG soon, because that's a double search for Archfiend as well. So you have like 7 different cards that search. The new field spell is broken because it's a search, and it gives your Archfiend the extra monster on 1,000. So it makes this 3,500 attack points and a towers, which is broken. And then we have this that is basically a free special summon of any Archfiend that you want. And then this is a negate. It turns the big boss into a negate, which is really good. And then also, if it just becomes banished from the hand or the field, you get to add an Archfiend card from your deck to your hand, except another copy of Archfiend, of the Archfiend Continuous Trap. So, yeah, overall, let's go over the cards really quick one last time. This is a 3 of. This is hands down a 3 of, because the big boss kind of turns back into this, which is kind of neat. So this is a 3 of, and it lets you search anything. It's basically Rhoda for the deck. I'm not sure about this. This is a Foolish Burial, so maybe like a 2 of. I'm not sure because it's so searchable. You might even play 1 because it's so searchable. This is a 3 of. She's definitely a 3 of, to be able to just normal summon and add 2 Archfiend cards from your deck to your hand, because you can use this to grab this to get you an additional normal summon, so you can grab this, which is insane, or you can grab both of these to your side of the field, which is really good. So that's definitely a 3 of. Archfiend Highness is a 3 of, or Highness Archfiend is a 3 of. This is probably a 2 of, maybe a 2 of. I think it's a 2 of because it's so easy to get to. It is the big boss, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a 2 of because this is so searchable. But it is your big boss that you're trying to get to as quickly as possible. This is a 2 to 3 of. And it does particularly mention Doom Emperor Archfiend, so you can technically search it with pre-prep as well, which is really nice, and I really like that, and it helps out a lot for this deck's consistency, which it already was consistent enough. This is a 3 of because it is a Rhoda field spell. This is maybe a 1 or 2 of because it gives you the ability to summon an Archfiend in the field. And then this is probably a 1 to a 2 of as well, because it's a negate when you have the big ritual monster on the field. So overall, crazy support. You can build Summon Skull with this, which is what I'm excited about. You can use it for the chess fiend or the chessboard Archfiends. You can use it for just this and make use all the Archfiend support for it. This supports so much good stuff that I don't think people realize how good and influential this support is actually going to be, because of the fact that you can include this with so many other decks that it's just so neat. This is like not quite as good as when we got Primite, because it's locking you into Archfiend specifically, but it's close. It's very close to, like, maybe not quite Fiendsmith and the Primite influential, but it's for Fiends and Archfiends, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be very, very close, especially with having Towers like boss monster. This is just insane. So overall, definitely comment down below what you guys think of this support, and comment down below what old school Archfiend cards you're actually using with this, because this is cool. This is really, really neat. And overall, I think it's going to be very much played, and it just helps out the consistency of so many different Archfiend decks and fixes a lot of the problems where Archfiend was kind of like Red Eyes, where it was just all over the place. And now you've got kind of a centralized focus of what you're trying to do, which is summon out this big Doom Emperor Archfiend, which is really nice in the extra monster zone. So overall, really good support, very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else we might get in future packs for this, because this is really neat. So overall, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely comment down below what old school Archfiend cards are actually going to work with this, because I would love to hear you guys theory crafting down in the comments, because that's always fun to do it with you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.